And we write about it, it's like, she talked way too much. What I will say first of all is, Rachel, I love you. You have been such an important part of helping me get all my many messages out. And that is because you are as good and as kind as you appear to be. You know, you are also somebody that folks want to listen to. We don't get to say this on your show, but you are an amazing advocate, an amazing human being, and I thank you for taking time to do that. Thank you. In these times that I want to leave people with, and it does go back to hope, because I know that people are feeling a certain kind of way, because we're hearing a version of this country that I want to assure people is not the version that I saw over the last decade. That is, part of this book is about letting each other into our stories. Because one of the things I say in the book is that it's harder to hate up close. And it's very easy to stigmatize people who you don't know, to sort of demonize people who you perceive to be other, to not give one another the benefit of the doubt, to fear. And in the age of social media, where we have less one-on-one interaction and we are getting fed information about each other through a phone, we can be confused. But I've had the privilege, one of the few people in this country to have the privilege to actually travel around it, and go into big cities and small towns with folks of all colors and religious backgrounds and political persuasions. And let me tell you, I get letters from people who absolutely do not agree. They will tell me, I didn't like your husband, never did. And that's okay. But what I also see there is the context of people's lives, that people are relating to this book because the story of this little girl, Michelle Robinson, that you fall in love with, is the story of all of us. That's what connects. It's not the color of her skin that makes you love her. It's the love in that household. It's the values we share. It's the kindness. It's the compassion. It's the openness. It's the willingness to see the other person's context, to hear their side. And that is the truth of who we are. And don't let these moments of uncertainty make you question each other as Americans, as citizens. We are still that country, but you gotta work for it. That means that, number one, it starts with working with each of us. That means if you're gonna share your story, you have to be comfortable knowing and owning your own story. And all these little stories about me, everyone has them. There's nothing special about what I shared. The specialness is that they were mine, and everyone has that. So now you gotta start owning the specialness in all of your stories. And then when you can do that, then you can open up, because you're not embarrassed, you're not ashamed. You're not misguided that there's only one way to be human, one way to be American. We're all American, all of us, and all our struggles and our hurts. And then once we get the courage to own our own stories and the bravery to face our foibles, then we can share that with pride, with each other, and letting each other into those stories so that we're not strangers. So our job is not to let other people make us strangers to one another. That means we have to have the courage dig inside and then open up so that we get to know our neighbors, that we have some conversations, that we give each other the benefit of the doubt. We are capable of that. We have done it before. We have been through worse. We have overcome a lot. We are still a country becoming, all of us. We're not there yet, but it's a constant evolutionary process. And in order to do it, you have to remain hopeful and you have to remain active. Change doesn't happen passively. You know, no one's going to do it for us. So we have to continue to do that work. So I want people to live here feeling what I always feel when I'm out in this country and I feel hopeful. And the last thing I will say is that we owe that to our children. You know, we cannot afford to give up and to be resigned to fear, because our kids require us to be more for them, so that they grow into a country that is not full of isms, but it's full of opportunity for every single child. It's up to us to be that and pave the way for them. So we have no choice but to be hopeful if we love our kids, which we all do. Am I right?